Hello and welcome to another edition of Pixelated Zen Plays. This is Krovlar. Today we're going to be checking out the Guild Wars 2 beta event, and they finally got the Asura as a playable race in here, and so we're going to check that out. We're looking at the character creation right now, just going through the different classes so gives you an idea of what their high-end armor sets are going to look like, and just some different customization options. I've got to say, the Asura are quickly becoming one of my favorite races in Guild Wars 2. I don't generally gravitate towards the small people, I guess you'd call them, in MMOs, but for some reason the Asura, the way they act, their attitudes, everything about them screams awesome to me. And you'll see once I get into game, the fact that they're so floppy is just icing on the cake for me. I love it. The character creation is actually pretty in-depth too. I don't like their lack of hairstyles though, and you'll see that in a few minutes. The body customization options are fairly in-depth, better than most MMOs, I'd say. Especially in the color choices. Look at all these different colors just for the different stripes you can have on your character. And here we show the hairstyles, and again, they're not that good. We've got this like 60s blaxploitation fro thing going on, and a couple of other little hairstyles, but nothing I really like, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with bald for all of my Asura. And I'm probably going to have more than one, let's be honest here. The faces, I actually really enjoy. They have a lot of faces that don't look, quote, young and pretty. And that's a real problem for me in a lot of MMOs. A lot of the characters that you can make, or sometimes all of them, have this young and pretty look, and that's just not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an older, grizzled veteran look that looks like he could kick some ass if he wanted to, you know? Not somebody who's fresh off the boat, so to speak. I love how you can customize the ears in Guild Wars. It's just something you don't see in a lot of MMOs, unless it's like elf ears, and then it's just slightly bigger, slightly smaller usually. But here you actually have a lot of different choices, and you'll see when I do my Sylvari video, I love the ear styles they've chosen for them, and some of the differences you can have with them are just really impressive. These sliders, you don't see too much change with the Asura. You see more changes with the other races, and it's depending on, of course, what slider you're using and how you're looking at your character. But I generally like to leave most sliders in a middle area, or however they're started, just because when I start messing around with the sizes and shapes of things on my characters' faces, I end up with the fuggliest looking people you could ever imagine. So I like to customize the look of them without touching the proportions, usually. This is a great addition. And it was in Guild Wars 1, and I've never really seen it in another MMO, except in some superhero MMOs that obviously go more in depth. But I love that you can change the colors of... There's 3 different colors for each piece of your armor, and you can change it among all these different colors you see here and really create something unique. Now, you can also create something ridiculous looking, and I'm sure plenty of people are going to do that. Bright pink armors all around. But if you want to, you can make something really cool looking without looking utterly retarded. Forgive the use of that word, I know some people can't stand it. I'm really enjoying the Asura so far, and I'm loving Guild Wars 2, the little bits I've touched. I do have a few concerns, but I'm sure they'll be addressed as time goes on. The mask you see here is part of the Mesmer class. Every class gets a choice between 3 different starter items, so to speak, and these are them for the Mesmer, and it's these Harlequin masks. So you can pick happy, sad, and then there's this fangy, mean-looking thing over here. And it looks pretty cool, but I'm a fan of the sad-looking mask. Partly because I don't think a lot of people are going to be using it, and partly because he just looks so sad. I want to give him a cookie. Right here, you'll choose how you get over certain things, and it's going to have an effect on your gameplay. I haven't played so much that I understand it completely, but we'll get more into that as we go through. And this is the college. This is... for all your different classes, all your different races, you're going to be able to choose between 3 blank, whatever they're called, colleges or factions or whatever, and this is going to be your main storyline that you're going to follow. Then you're going to choose the focus of that main storyline, and for this one I'm going to end up choosing a teleportation mod that my character has created, and that'll, inside my college's storyline, it'll be centered around that device as opposed to any of the other devices. It's just kind of a fun way to make each playthrough a little different. Here you can pick one of 4 mentors, and I'd never seen anything in a game like this before, but your mentor will actually show up and help out in different situations. And they're not always mentors. Sometimes they're partners or people you just happen to be friends with, and you'll get to choose which one you want, and they'll show up throughout your storyline and just help out in different situations. And it kind of makes it feel unique and fun. It kind of draws you into the world. And here's just a quick name, Forlorn. It was kind of like Forlorn because he's so sad. But I tend to have most of my Guild Wars 2 characters start with a V. I don't know why, it just kind of works for me.
I am Asura. I personified genius. My ancestors were driven from the heart of the earth, forced to live in this bright, wide world. Of course, we've excelled. We exceed expectations in everything we do. With Golem and Gate and Arcane Crystal, we have asserted our supremacy in this land and made it our own. We will not move another inch. Not for dragons, not for anyone. By studying the eternal alchemy, we can see that all things are connected. I am a scholar of interconnectivity and relationships. I belong to the College of Synergetics. Synergetics crews delve into the nature of fundamental coherence that many overlook and few exploit. My success positively impacts my crew, who then gratefully assist me, and I succeed even more brilliantly. Reciprocity. I've just been informed that defective golems, not mine of course, are causing havoc out in the jungle. Whatever the imbeciles outside the city have broken, I'll fix, and make my name doing so. In time, I will map the fabric of connectivity that weaves us all together. This is my story.
Alright, that's actually pretty cool. You get a personalized intro no matter what you pick. It's going to depend on the college you've chosen, as well as whether you chose Dignity or any of the other options. And that's it for this episode. We're going to have another episode real soon. There's going to be a bit of the Sylvari in there, and then we're going to show you some of the actual combat gameplay. Just stay tuned for the next episodes. Thank you very much. We'll let this video play you out.